Hello, and welcome back to the fifth episode of English Unlocked. I'm Emma. Dear listeners, the purpose of starting this series is to help you speak simple English in your daily life. Without too much stress or study, how can you directly communicate in English in everyday situations? That is why we began this series. The previous 4 episodes were an essential part of this journey, and understanding them is very important. If you think you can speak English fluently without understanding its basics, it will become a challenging task. That's why knowing the theory is crucial, along with practicing spoken English. In the earlier episodes, we explained some theoretical concepts, and now we will focus more on practical English speaking. This is the first episode of our practical English speaking journey. So, make sure to listen to the previous episodes carefully and practice them well. In this new episode, we will begin learning how to speak simple and easy English in daily life. Whether you are talking to your friends, classmates, parents, colleagues, or anyone else, whether you are at work, running a business, or in any social situation, our goal is to help you speak English confidently and fluently. This way, you will present yourself as an educated and talented individual. Let's get started.
And I'm Jake. Today we have an exciting and super helpful episode for you.
That's right. We're talking about how to practice English every day. Whether you're just starting or already on your English journey, these easy learning tips will help you improve your speaking, writing, and listening skills.
And don't worry, we'll break everything down into simple, easy-to-follow steps.
So let's get started.
So Emma, why is it important to practice English every day?
Great question, Jake. Just like exercising your body keeps you healthy, practicing English keeps your language skills sharp. Think of learning English like learning to ride a bicycle. At first, it feels challenging, and you might fall a few times. But the more you practice, the easier it becomes. If you ride your bicycle every day, you'll get better and faster. The same is true for English. Even if you practice for just 15 to 20 minutes each day, you will notice improvement over time.
That makes perfect sense. And it's not just about speaking, right? Practicing all parts of the language, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, helps you become more confident and fluent.
Exactly. Each skill is connected. For example, when you listen to English conversations, you learn how words sound and how sentences are formed. When you speak, you practice using those words and structures. Reading helps you discover new vocabulary, and writing allows you to organize your thoughts clearly. Practicing a little of each skill every day will strengthen your overall English ability.
That's a great point. Plus, practicing daily helps you stay motivated. When you see small improvements, you feel encouraged to keep going. And it's okay if you make mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning, and they actually help you remember things better.
Yes, many people feel nervous about making mistakes, but it's completely normal. Imagine a baby learning to walk. They fall many times before they can walk confidently. Language learning is the same. Every mistake you make is a step toward improvement.
That's such a helpful way to think about it. Another benefit of daily practice is that English becomes a natural part of your life. When you use English regularly, your brain starts to think in English without much effort.
Exactly. And there are so many simple ways to practice. You don't need a classroom or expensive courses. You can use the things around you, like music, videos, or even conversations with yourself. And soon, English will feel easier and more familiar.
It's also helpful to set small, achievable goals. For example, you might decide to learn 5 new words each week. That's not too much, right?
Not at all. Small goals make learning feel manageable. And when you reach your goal, you'll feel proud and motivated to keep going. You could also track your progress by keeping a journal or a checklist of the things you've practiced. Seeing your growth over time can be really encouraging.
Absolutely. And don't forget to reward yourself when you achieve a goal. For example, if you practice every day for a week, treat yourself to something you enjoy, like watching your favorite movie in English or having a special snack.
That's a great idea. Positive reinforcement keeps you excited to continue learning. And remember, there's no perfect way to learn. Everyone's journey is different. The important thing is to stay consistent and patient with yourself.
Another helpful tip is to connect English with things you already enjoy. If you love cooking, watch English cooking videos. If you like sports, follow English sports news. When you mix learning with your hobbies, it feels less like studying and more like fun.
Exactly. You can even change small habits. For example, switch your phone's language to English. That way, you'll see and use English throughout the day without even thinking about it.
So, to sum up, daily practice helps you improve steadily, builds your confidence, and makes English a natural part of your life. It doesn't have to be hard, and we're here to guide you with simple steps.
That's right. And in the next segments, we'll share practical tips for speaking, writing, and listening to English every day. Let's dive in.
Let's start with speaking. Many people find speaking the most challenging part of learning English. Emma, do you have any easy tips for improving speaking skills?
Absolutely. First, try to speak in English as much as possible. You can talk to yourself when you're alone. For example, describe what you're doing, like this: I am making breakfast. I am cutting an apple. Speaking to yourself helps you practice forming sentences and thinking in English without pressure.
I love that idea. It's simple and helps you think in English. What else?
You can also practice with a friend or language partner. If you don't know anyone who speaks English, you can join an online language exchange group. There are many free options. Talking with someone allows you to practice real conversations and learn how to respond naturally.
That's true. Another fun way to practice is by repeating what you hear. For example, if you watch a TV show, try to repeat short sentences the characters say. This is called shadowing, and it helps you improve your pronunciation and fluency.
Yes, and don't worry about being perfect. Making mistakes is a natural part of learning. If you're unsure how to say something, just try your best. Over time, you'll improve, and your confidence will grow.
Exactly. Another great idea is to record yourself speaking. You can talk about your day, tell a short story, or describe an object in English. When you listen to the recording, you'll notice areas where you can improve.
That's a smart tip, Jake. You can also try speaking with voice assistants like Siri or Google Assistant. Ask simple questions or give commands in English. It's a fun and easy way to practice speaking daily.
Another way to practice is to give yourself small speaking challenges. For example, try to speak for 1 minute without stopping. You could describe your favorite food, your daily routine, or your dream vacation. These small exercises train your brain to think quickly in English.
That's a fantastic idea. And if you feel nervous about speaking with others, start by practicing in front of a mirror. This helps you become more comfortable with your voice and facial expressions.
And the more you speak, the better you get. Even a few minutes a day can make a big difference.
Now, let's talk about writing. Writing in English helps you organize your thoughts and remember new words. It also improves your ability to communicate clearly. Jake, do you have a tip for improving writing skills?
Definitely. Start by writing a little bit every day. It doesn't have to be long or complicated. You can keep a journal and write about your day. For example, you could write, "Today I went to the market. I bought some apples and milk." Writing regularly helps you become more comfortable with expressing yourself in English. It also helps you notice the words and phrases you use often and encourages you to learn new ones.
That's a great tip. And you know, it doesn't have to be just a journal. Another idea is to write short stories or simple descriptions. For example, describe your room, your best friend, or your favorite movie. This helps you practice new words and sentence structures while having fun.
That's true. Writing about familiar topics makes it easier to find words and ideas. Plus, when you describe things you know, you're building confidence. And here's a fun activity. Try writing letters or emails to imaginary friends or famous people. You could write to your favorite singer, actor, or even a historical figure. What would you ask them? What would you tell them about yourself?
That's a fantastic idea, Jake. Writing letters allows you to practice different styles of writing. You might write a formal letter to a famous author or a casual email to a pretend friend. This way, you learn how to change your tone and style depending on the situation. And here's another fun idea. Write about your dreams and future goals. What do you want to do in 5 years? Where do you want to travel? This kind of writing helps you express your hopes and plans while practicing future tense sentences.
I like that. You could even keep a travel diary, even if you're not traveling far. Describe a walk around your neighborhood or a visit to a park. What did you see? How did you feel? This kind of writing helps you practice using adjectives and describing experiences.
Absolutely. And the more you write, the more natural it will feel. At first, it might seem difficult, but if you keep going, you will improve. Don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. Just focus on writing a little every day, and over time, you will become better and more confident.
Yes! And if you want extra practice, try sharing your writing with a friend or teacher. They can give you feedback and help you improve. You can also read your writing out loud to check if it sounds clear and natural.
Great point. So, to summarize, write every day, try different types of writing, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. Writing is a wonderful way to practice English and express yourself. Keep going, and you will see progress. Hey Jake, do you like watching TV shows? I personally think watching different programs is a fun and easy way to relax while learning new things.
Oh, absolutely. I love watching TV shows, especially documentaries and drama series because they are interesting and help me learn new things. What kind of shows do you enjoy the most?
I enjoy watching news programs and political debates because they help me stay informed. Do you ever watch shows to improve your English, Jake?
Sometimes, especially shows with clear dialogue because they help me get familiar with real-life conversations. Listening is an important skill, and I suggest watching TV shows, listening to the news, or trying audiobooks in English to improve. It really helps a lot.
That's a smart idea. Watching speeches or interviews can also improve your understanding, and if you focus on key words rather than every single word, it becomes easier to catch the main idea. What other tips do you have for improving listening, Jake?
One thing that helps me is slowing down the audio. Many shows and videos allow you to adjust the speed, which makes it easier to follow. Also, if I hear a new word, I try to guess its meaning from the context before checking a dictionary. Keeping a notebook of new words or phrases can also be useful because you can review them later.
Absolutely. Discussing what you watch with a friend makes learning more enjoyable. You can watch a short speech, then talk about what you understood, which makes the learning process active and fun. Shadowing is another great technique where you listen and repeat right after the speaker. And while it might feel hard at first, with practice, it becomes easier.
Definitely. And listeners, if you want to challenge yourself, try listening to different types of content like audiobooks, interviews, or political speeches. This prepares you for real-life conversations and helps you become comfortable with different accents like British, American, or Australian. If you don't understand something the first time, it's okay to replay it. Repetition is a powerful learning tool that can boost your confidence over time.
That's true. Be patient with yourself because listening takes time, but every effort brings you closer to fluency. Remember to make English a part of your daily routine by choosing something you enjoy, a TV show, a speech, or a podcast, and listening regularly. You'll see progress in no time.
Exactly. Keep practicing and have fun with it. You're doing great. Let's break down some key points for our listeners. First, start with easy material. If you're a beginner, choose simple conversations or beginner-level podcasts and listen to the same audio more than once. Each time you listen, you understand more.
Another key point is to listen actively, meaning pay full attention instead of having the audio in the background. Focus on the meaning and identify key phrases. If you hear a new phrase, write it down and practice using it. Engaging with the content, like pausing the audio and repeating sentences aloud, really helps with retention.
Yes. Active listening works because it helps your brain process and remember the information. Listening to a variety of speakers also helps you understand different tones, speeds, and accents. If you don't catch everything right away, don't give up. It's all part of the learning process.
Consistency is key. Just a few minutes of listening practice each day can lead to big improvements over time. Technology can be a big help too. Many apps and websites offer listening exercises with transcripts, and you can slow down or speed up the audio to match your level.
Absolutely. And don't forget to stay curious. If you hear something interesting, look it up because exploring new topics makes learning exciting. So, listeners, choose a method that works for you and stick with it. You're on the path to becoming a better English listener.
Now, let's talk about writing. Writing in English helps you organize your thoughts and remember new words. Jake, do you have a tip for improving writing skills?
Definitely. Start by writing a little bit every day. Keeping a journal where you write about your day, like, "Today, I went to the market and bought some apples and milk," helps you become more comfortable expressing yourself in English. Writing regularly is a great way to build your skills.
That's a fantastic tip. Another idea is to write short stories or simple descriptions of things like your room, your best friend, or your favorite movie. You could also try writing letters or emails to imaginary friends or famous people, which lets you practice different writing styles while having fun. Writing about your dreams, future goals, or keeping a travel diary makes learning both practical and enjoyable. And the more you write, the more natural it will feel. So, there you have it. Practicing English daily doesn't have to be difficult or boring. By following these simple steps, you can make learning English a natural part of your everyday life.
Exactly. Remember, the key is consistency. Even a few minutes each day can make a big difference. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn and improve.
Right. Try to mix things up by watching TV shows in English, listening to news broadcasts, or exploring audiobooks. The more you engage with the language, the more confident you'll become.
And don't forget to practice speaking with others. You can join language groups online or even practice with friends who are also learning. The more you speak, the easier it gets.
That's true. If you ever feel stuck, go back to the basics and build from there. Every small step counts, so be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress.
Yes, English is a journey, and you're already on the right path by making the effort to practice every day. Keep going, and you'll see amazing results over time.
We believe in you, and remember, we're here to help. Keep tuning in to English Unlocked for more tips and lessons.
That's right. Until next time, keep practicing and stay positive. Bye for now.
Bye. See you in the next episode.